Hello everyone, this is Jesse with 44 Astro, and this is a general reading on 777 for Gemini. This is the first set of videos in this channel. It's the launch. I thought best to do it on 777. Do a destiny reading for each sign. And with that being said, we're going to see what the general energies are for Gemini. Ooh, wants me to stop right there. And I do a Crowley spread, which was developed for the Thoth deck, which is the deck that I'll be using to clarify. It's 3 in the middle and then 3 around it in each corner. And I'll explain to you what each area means, and I will show you the cards as we go around. All right. Take a rest, Gemini. Chill out. I know a lot of Geminis. I've known a lot of Geminis. My brother's a Gemini, double Gemini. High energy, always going. Mind always going. Lots of jokes. Funny fella. Geminis are very funny. But always moving. Can't ever stop. Feels like, if they're heavy Gemini. And that can be exhausting. So maybe slow down just a bit. All right, let's look at what the current situation. In the middle, it's the current situation or current question. Or basically what the current circumstances is. Looks like it has to do with travel. And as a Gemini, I bet you love that. We got 6 of Swords, the Star, and the Queen of Cups. It could be that you may be going on a trip, and maybe what the current situation is, you're planning, or you're planning moving somewhere. Looks like you're walking toward the Queen of Cups. Could be a water sign, female, male, doesn't really matter. Gemini or Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Could be that you're gravitating toward them, and that is your wish, or it's guided. Whatever this travel is, or this movement, it is definitely guided. It's destiny type stuff for sure. And it's watery, emotional energy. It could be about to meet someone when you travel. Let's see. This is the current path you're on. So it looks like you're on some kind of traveling path, or you're moving towards something that's guided, and it involves a watery individual, an emotional individual. Either way, could be water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. They just have it strong in their chart. They could have stelliums in specific houses, like the 4th house, 8th house, or 12th house. Could be just lots of planets, Pluto in Scorpio or Neptune in Pisces, those types of things where it's dominant in their chart, even though it doesn't show in their signs. So there's still a lot of influence on it. And it could be your own emotional state. You could just be, travel keeps you really happy and in a good emotional state. Could be that. This is your current path, the path that you're walking. Get the 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and Final Judgment. You could travel for work. Could be what you do. Or it could be that you're moving from job to job and you can't decide. You can't make a final decision about what you want to do for work, what you want to do with your life, what you want to perfect. That's what it feels like. Because the current question basically is saying, what is my path? What is the most fulfilling path? There's the path. This is guided. This is going to be an emotionally fulfilled and satisfied individual. So the question could be, or the current situation, and I'd say many of us ask that question. That's not unheard of. What is it I'm supposed to do in life? What's going to fulfill me? Those types of things. And it could be that either you're moving from job to job and you can't make a final decision, or you just can't. It could be that you've worked a specific place and you just can't decide what you want to do, or if that's what you should do. You can't make a final decision. And if you keep doing that, we're going to clarify on it. It doesn't feel like it's going to be very productive. And it could be that you're choosing not to see something at work. But you will. But we're going to clarify on it. It looks like that you can't make a final judgment on work, what you want to do. That would be my guess. That's really what it screams to me, especially with what's in the middle. The question being, what is my guided path? That's what it feels like. This is the other path, and this path looks nice. This is your choice to do this path. Got the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles. It's like party time and happiness over here if you just buckle down. Just decide on one thing. Doesn't matter how slowly it moves. Believe me, I'm a double Sag. I'm on that same axis. I'm a Scorpio sun, so it calms me down a little bit. But I have double Sagittarius, ascendant and moon, so I know what it's like to be. God, I want it done. I want it now. Move. And the Gemini's on that axis too. So if you're a heavy Gemini, I could see not being attractive, not wanting to move slowly, meticulously. But if you do, stick to something and move slowly and meticulously, and you'll probably know what that is. You're gonna know one way or the other. I have a feeling, especially with these big cards like these out here. It's looking like if you do figure it out and you do move meticulously and slowly, if you just slow down and pay attention. It's funny how that when we stop trying to control everything, we stop trying to dissect everything, things tend to just stop trying to figure out what it is or where it's going or what it's going to be, and just let it be. And it's funny how things just kind of evolve in the way they're supposed to. I would suggest earth signs are actually really good at that, especially Tauruses. My wife's a Taurus. Just slow down. Let it unfold. And it's going to be handed to you. Move slower, more meticulously. It's funny. I told you in the beginning of the reading, slow down. And the path that's going to lead you to this suggests move slowly, meticulously. Appreciate what you do. It's not always going to come super fast. And honestly, who really wants it to? If it's easy to get, is it really worth it? I mean, maybe sometimes it is. I can't say that, it won't always be, but slow down. Yeah. Advice. This is just advice in general. Got right there in the middle, you got another earth energy. Got the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Moon. Ooh, two I would say women, but individuals. Two men, two women, whatever. Earth and air. There's something that you can't see, or some confusion about these two individuals. And it's interesting because I said that moving slowly is going to get you that pinnacle, right? And in the middle is this queen holding the pinnacle. But what's keeping her from it is that air energy, that logic, that thought, trying to figure everything out. And on the other side is confusion. Confusion, dreamy energy, not truly being able to see the forest for the trees. Yeah. And it could just be an earth sign and an air sign that either don't necessarily get along, or there's confusion in between them, confusion in communication. Could be that in your mind you're confused, like I said, with not being able to make your final decision on work, when you really just, all you need to do is make a decision. And these two are facing each other. She's holding out her hand, and I would suggest that if either one of these was Gemini, it's definitely that Queen of Swords. And that Queen of Swords is offering her hand, but yet the earth sign queen is looking down at her pinnacle and not looking at the Queen of Swords. Like, I'm focused more on my money. And then this queen is like, but look at me and my hand and my sword. Like, three things going on. Too much going on, right? When maybe you should be doing this. Pay attention to appreciate. I would say that she's appreciating it. appreciating that pinnacle that she earned and worked for meticulously and slowly. And she's like, hey, look at me, look at my hand, look at my sword, I'm in your face. She's like, nah, I'm just going to pay attention to this right here, because this is what I nurtured, this is what I want. So yeah, put your mind and your focus, not so much on all these other things. Focus on what you want. And it's looking to me like this has to do with work, what you want to do for a living, or how you want to make your money. And not just how you want to make your money, like how you want your destiny to be, that's what's fulfilling. But because of these two energies looking at each other and thinking completely differently, you can see they're just different. Both queens just seem like they're doing completely different things. One looks sweet and like she's nurturing that pinnacle, and the other one is like, I've got my sword and I'm pointing at you like I'm about to execute you. So there's definitely confusion there between the mind and the material. I think the mind might be stopping you from feeling fulfilled in the material. But if you just slow down, maybe, just maybe, you can appreciate it. And the outcome looks like hard work. Got the 10 of rods, the Knight of Cups, and the 3 of rods. I mean, this is waiting for the ships to come in, right? It's in the Thoth deck, it's established strength. And you're going to need that for hard work. And I would suggest that you're going to have to work hard. That's the nature of slow-moving, meticulous work, is you're going to feel like this regardless. I mean, I would suggest anybody would. The slower, more meticulous it is, the more likely you're going to feel like this. But that cup in his hand is being offered. That's fulfillment. That's the fulfillment we're talking about. The queen's got a much nicer chalice. And this is what you really want, that amazing chalice. Like you walk into the club with that chalice, people are going to be like, damn. Instead of this one. But you have to start here to get to that chalice. I'm not suggesting going out and drinking at the club, though. That is there on that other path. I think it's just going to take a lot of hard work, and that's unfortunate. I mean, it's nice to be dreamy and think, oh, I'm just going to win the lottery tomorrow, and everything's going to be great, or everything's just going to work out in my favor. I'm not saying that can't happen for people, because it can, of course. But it looks like in this situation, the advice, Gemini, is to work slowly and meticulously. Pick something that you like. And I imagine as a Gemini, you have many different talents, many different interests, so many probably, and you're probably damn good at most of them. But you got to find the one that really fulfills you, and then work on it. Slowly and meticulously. Nurture it. And then bam, you'll start with that chalice will be offered to you, and then it'll turn into the bomb chalice. All right, let me give you a little couple clarifiers. So yours seems pretty much straightforward as work or material, wanting to know what your life purpose is. What area of work is going to give you fulfillment, because you can't see it right. Ooh, wants to stop right there. And what did I want to do? I wanted to be this, what we can't see here. What are you not looking at? Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's some heavy cards. I mean, you're not going to be able to see with this in your way, I can tell you that. That could be attachment. That could be habits. That could be, over drinking. It could be sexual habits. It could be any habit that's unhealthy, that's holding you back, keeping you chained. And it looks like what that is the mind, not being able to stop the mind. You need to transform it. You need to have a death of all these racing thoughts, all these jumping from thing to thing, not being able to see. And it looks like you're probably jumping from occupation to occupation, probably friendship to friendship, all these types of things. And I could see that. I mean, anyone with that kind of energy, you got a lot of Gemini energy, you are going to be just life of the party. You're going to have all kind of friends. You're going to have all kind of interests. But you need to pick something because it's what's holding you back. And it suggests that it's in your mind. It's your thoughts racing, not being able to control them, or not being satisfied with any one thing, constantly having to need and know something new. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful to want to learn like that. Gemini's house is the third house. It's communication, but it's also learning and teaching. It's absolutely, it's wonderful to always want to learn. And Geminis are extremely intelligent. But I think you need to pick something and transform that. You need to kill this and transform it to calmer, slower moving. And it's easy for me to say that, right? It's like, well, you can say that, Jesse, but it's my natural disposition. Okay, it's true, but there are always steps you can take to calm the mind. Breathing exercises, meditation, anything. And honestly, if you put yourself into your work a lot of times, you can really get caught up in it, and it can slow everything down for you meticulously. And I would even suggest it doesn't have to be any like mundane work. It can be artistic. My brother's a double Gemini. He is one of the most artistic people I know. He can draw, paint, he does tattoos, you name it. He can do it all. Genius, he can write. He's so intelligent. So whatever it is, but that's the thing with him is he's got so many different interests. He's had a hard time buckling down, even though he did just recently write a book, which I'm really proud of him. And that's a good pursuit for Geminis too, writing. I mean, that house is associated with a lot of wonderful and great writers. So, pick the pursuit. Don't let your mind keep you racing. Be the master of your mind. Don't let your mind be your master. It's easy to say, right? A lot harder to do. But yeah, I don't really think there's too much else I would want to clarify. Except maybe, probably down here where the moon, ooh, it wants me to stop right there. Okay, where the moon is. Princess of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Oh, that's some fiery, passionate stuff. Planting seeds. Well, in this deck, this is the Thoughts deck. Seven of Pentacles is represented, it's called the Lord of Failure. But she's got the Queen of Wands and the Princess of Wands. Very passionate, fiery energy surrounding, saying failure, but it's not really what that is. I mean, it's basically having too many eggs in too many baskets, right? It's not all the eggs in one basket. It's eggs in all kind of baskets. And you ain't the Easter Bunny. So I suggest, and I think it's because of passion, fire, and movement that you're not able to see. Because I put it on the moon. That's what I was clarifying. So yeah. I mean, normally you would say this is planting seeds, but in this deck, it's more of like too many eggs in too many baskets. Too many seeds. You could say it's even too many seeds planted because you have too many passions and interests. Yeah, this is just scream and pick one. And the outcome, and if you do, and you work at it meticulously, look at what you get. That's looking like good times. It's looking like really good times. Yeah, I would suggest it's screaming to let it unfold to you. Maybe don't search for it so hard. You know what I mean? Because when you stop kind of searching for it so hard, it's funny how things kind of just show themselves to you. And I feel like that's what's going to happen for you. If you can just slow it down. Slow it down. Don't let that mind drag you around. Don't plant too many seeds. Sometimes that's a good thing, right? But I think in your situation, it's keeping you from seeing what's right in front of you. Yeah, with that moon card there. Okay, Gemini, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful in some way. Please consider subscribing, comment if you want. These are my first set of videos here on this 777 day. I hope to see you again. Hopefully we got many more videos to come. Thank you for being here.